sections of that work experience description for you to describe your work experience related to these. Okay? Because not everybody has studied in those subjects, right? In the past, in Canada, that wasn't a part of an engineering degree either. Number 3, experience. Okay, so now we just talked about experience a little bit. Let's go into the experience record. On page 25, in this thick document here, we can all just go to page 25. Page 25 of the larger stapled document from APEGGA. Okay. You'll see a summary, a work experience record summary. So they want you to summarize your work experience to begin with. Alright, so for each of your positions in your career, you'll fill out one of these sections. Okay? So you see on this first page there's space for 3 positions. All these documents are available online at the APEGGA website, and you can download as many of these as you need because many of you have more than 3 positions in your past. But for each of your positions, you'll list your name, the date, your most recent or current job, your employer, your job title, the start date, finish date for that time. On the right-hand side, your reference's name and professional designation, your reference's email address, mailing address, fax number, and supervisor's name if different from your reference. And then at the bottom of this section, there's just a space for the general description of your work experience during that time. 1 or 2 sentences describing what you did in that job. Okay. I guess one point that some people always have a question about, this email address, they say non-generic. If they're going to be communicating with your reference via email, they want to make sure that the email is from like an organization, like a real company or a government or some kind of institution. Not like Hotmail, Gmail, or Yahoo, and those kind of things. Okay. If your references don't have those email addresses, they'll communicate with them using regular mail. Okay. So, does everyone understand that? All right. On page 26, this is where you go into more detail with your work experience record. Okay. So for each of the sections on page 25, describing a position, for each of these, you'll do one of these. Okay. So you'll be describing, your name, the date, your employer, your job title, your supervisor and professional designation again, your start date, your finish date, the duration in terms of months, and then your engineering work experience in this box, this first box.
The previous one was for referees, and this one is for work experience.
Well, the previous one was for work experience also, but it's just a summary. So they want to see quickly, what your record is, and then they'll look in more detail at this. Okay. But this is where you actually describe your work. Your engineering work experience will be described in this first box. Your work experience related to technologist work. And then the last 3 boxes, as I was mentioning to you, sir, was your opportunity to describe work experience related to those 3 subjects: engineering economics, engineering health, safety and environment, and engineering management. Okay, so you'll describe work experience related to those 3 areas. One thing that people often ask me during this point in the presentation is, what's the difference between engineering and technologist work experience? Does anyone know? Does anyone have any general idea? Anybody? Pardon me? Academics, yeah. Academics is part of it, yeah. Responsibility is part of it. Level of responsibility, technical requirements, expertise, decision making is also part of it. On page 6, I believe, of this document, they describe 5 components of engineering work experience. So, engineering work experience must include the application of technical theory. Okay, selecting solutions, solving problems, preparing and checking designs or interpretations, showing evidence of sound technical judgment and practice, showing familiarity with the use and application of pertinent technologies, procedures, systems, and programs. Your experience may also include the collection and analysis of information and data. However, data collection and analysis should not be the major component of your assigned tasks for a specific period of time. Okay. Practical experience. Being exposed to worksite operations, developing recognition of limitations in designs, interpretations, or recommendations, understanding the application of pertinent codes and regulations. Your experience may also include acquiring an understanding of the interdependence of disciplines, of systems and activities, and of developing working relationships. All right. Number 3, the development of management skills, managing personal and project resources, planning, scheduling, cost control, budgeting, developing team skills, understanding professional and business ethics, keeping appropriate records. The development of good oral and written communication skills. Your experience must show evidence of the preparation of written technical reports and of making oral preparations to management, peers, and the public, and understanding of your work's implications. So, engineers build the world, right? Everything in this room, if I look around, has been in the hands of an engineer at some point, right? There's paint, there's carpet, there's polyester, all this material, the building, everything today, in some ways, has some engineering involvement. You have a responsibility to society, and they want to make sure that you understand that responsibility to society. All right, so that's what they want to see when you're describing your engineering work experience in page 26. Not every job is going to contain all 5 components of engineering work experience. Not every job is going to be a management job. Some of you start out as junior engineers, and you may not be doing a lot of communicating to the public or managing teams and things like that. But your career in those 4 years, they want to see some of each of those 5 things through that first 4 years or through your career. Right? Does everyone understand that description of work experience? Okay. People at Braden is available to review your application documents. Okay. So when you have taken some time to fill these documents out and you have a rough draft, if you'd like someone to review them, people at Braden are here to review those documents, okay, to make sure that they look good before.
Can we send those documents by email?
You can. Actually, these forms are Excel. They're Excel spreadsheet forms. So you can. Yeah, we do review the documents via email at times. Okay.
So
if there seems to be a significant amount of revising and editing, then we may request that you visit in person because it may take a long time to discuss these things. But definitely, at first, you can send them.
We send them to you, or there's a specific contact?
You'll be sending them to me for the time being. Yeah.
Can we have your telephone number to?
Yeah. Well, I'll give you the main Braden number.
One transfer.
We have a directory online, so anybody that you need to get a hold of, you can look. You'll be able to talk to them. 7390 extension. Okay. So,
and shall we use your email or Braden's email? So
well, as I mentioned,
if you, then can you provide us your email?
yeah, I'll be providing you with an email that you can contact me with.
Yes.
For this purpose. Yes.
I have a question about the total months and the months claimed. For example, I was working as an instructor in college for 8 years,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to claim all the months as working experience, right? So
Why not?